Oh, so you came for another dose. How you doing? It's Evans Octius. Another video. Just kicking it back. I did tell you that I might start giving you stories, just stories about me. Some of it would be real, and some might be juiced up to make it sound interesting, okay? But I'll tell you all the story of how I became a DJ. There's a lot of DJs, but you never hear stories of how they became DJs, so I'm not sure if I have real fans or not, but I know I always playing. Or real followers, but fans or not, at least you'll know the story of how I became a DJ. But before we get to that, it's election time in the Bahamas. And I was like, I'm talking about they ring the bell and give everybody a month to vote. I'm not sure if registration is open for anybody who needs to register. I don't know what our current prime minister is trying to pull. The other guys ain't got time to campaign, so he might use the virus as an excuse. Look, if I give you all 3 months of campaign, 3 months of people gathering and all that stuff, so I would be with him on that if he used that as an excuse. I don't want y'all gathering all over the place. Y'all should have been online, getting your fans together. That's what it is. Or it could be an attempt to make some people don't vote. You know what I'm saying? Because without the time to register, you might not, you might not be able to vote. So I don't know how this is going to work out. So anyway, well, like I said, it's election again. Just letting y'all know that. Now if we was not sure it was campaign season, and especially how nobody's campaigning like that because of the virus, I think the competition is who has the most flyer on the road right now to tell us who we should vote for. So whoever got the most, that's who we should vote for. That's what they showing us right now. So that's what it is. So anyway, the story how I became a DJ. It was totally an accidental thing that I became a DJ. I was not growing up saying I can't wait till one day I become a DJ, because back in my day, I have to say it like that because the young DJs have everything easier now. But back in my days, I did not even know what a club was, nightclub, because I was very young when I was introduced to a club. You know what I mean? But the way I became a DJ, I used to work to this CD rental place, DVD CD rental place. And where I was working, there was a club across the road named Bahama Boom. Now, I always see this club, but I didn't know what it was. No, I always see this building. Let me say it properly. But I didn't know what the building was, It was just a big Bahama Boom sign or something. Like, I wonder what's inside of there. Every time I come to work, I think I was working 1 week where I was to work. So during that week, I already noticed the building. And days afterwards, I noticed a fella came out the building and he was tossing out some trash. So since I was so curious about it, I ran across the road. I was like, hey, excuse me, what is this building? I work right across the road. What is this here? So the guy was like, this is a nightclub. So I was like, what the hell is a nightclub? What do you mean by nightclub? So like something that you get hit with, like a club? It's like, nah, it's like a disco. I'm like, what the fuck is a disco? You know what I'm saying? So he's like, okay, cool. What it is somewhere where you and your friends would gather, come over and listen to some music and dance with each other and have something to drink and enjoy yourself. I'm like, I still don't get it. He said, you know what, do you want to see what inside look like? You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, show me what inside here look like. He's like, wait, come on, let me just throw this trash out. Come on, follow me inside. So I followed him inside of the club, where was the Bahama Boom. So, first of all, he told me fall inside, so I had to go across the road and close up. The people in the shop and say, I'll be back in 15 minutes. Went across the road, and he showed me around. So when I went inside, it blew my mind. I was like, wow, what the hell is this? This is a club. Huh. It looks just different. So he's like, oh, cool. He said, don't worry, it's just dark. Let me turn on the lights to show you how it looks. You know what I mean? So I thought he's going to turn on the big light. I'm like waiting for a big light. Come on, no. He turned on like disco lights and he started playing music. Very loud. It's like, woo, I like that because I got to feel the bass in my chest. I'm like, man, I like that. And the lights was going about and I was like, that is pretty. So I say, where the music coming from? Because one day, although I was not into like being a DJ because I didn't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? I always walk around with my music in my ear. So hearing a sound system in the open and not on my headphones, That blew my mind. I was like, wow, that sounds so good. Where did you start playing that music from? So he's like, I'm going to show you inside the booth real quick, yo. So showed me inside the booth, and I saw the turntables. That's when I think the technology was transferring from plaques, that vinyls, that's those big round plaques, to CDs. You know, it was not the computers wasn't in yet. So when he showed me, I was like, wow, that looks really good. He said, he did some scratching tricks. I was like, that's cool. You did that just now? He's like, yeah. Would you like to try? I'm like, sure. You know, I did one little scratching. Like, oh, I like that. I would like to know how to do that properly, though. So like how you did it. And he said, oh, no problem. Whenever you want, you could come over on your lunch break, and I can show you one or two things, because I'm here every day. Just making sure the place is okay. I think back then Bahama Boom used to be open almost every night, because they had a tourist thing, and then the tourists used to come straight there. So anyway, he taught me how to play it, and this guy, his name is Micah. I think his name, I don't know if his name Michael, but he introduced himself as Micah, and from since then, that's what I call him. So now you can learn two things: how I became a DJ, and who the one who taught me. So this guy named Micah told me to come back and check out every day. So I used to come every day, and he used to just show me how to mix blend two music together. I'm like, I like this a lot. So it's like, and then he would just let me play for an hour on my lunch hour to see if I learn how to blend music. Yeah, because that's the first thing he was teaching me, to blend music. Then he was teaching me song selection, and he said, well, there's one more lesson that I need to learn. I'm like, what it is? He said, you need to learn how to read a crowd. And I'm like, what the hell are they? He said, that's fine. Come this weekend. I'm going to let you watch the other DJs, see what he does. You see? And I still did not know what he meant by that. So I just watched him, and he's playing. And I think this guy named Travis, they used to call him Silky Slim. And so that's who I learned from him as well, by watching, not by him teaching me, by watching what he does. You see? So I was blown by that as well. Sure, and then Silky Travis is a really, really good DJ. I think he's in Canada now. But yeah, he's a super, super DJ, and I learned just by watching him. So I cannot recollect or remember everything by heart, but that's how I learned how to read the crowd. But I still did not learn yet, because I had to play now. Because I was scared. He's like, okay, cool, next week you come in to play. I'm like, what? I still did not choose to be a DJ yet. He's like, would you like to play? I'm like, it looked like fun, you know? So I would like to do it. How the DJ had the people for dancing and stuff, that looked like a lot of fun. I would like to do that. So he said, fine. Next week, you're going to be playing. All right? You're going to open up, start playing before Travis come on to work. I don't think Travis is comfortable with it, because I did not know what to do like that. So I had to copy him, and then, copying another DJ is not a good thing, because it's kind of weird. You feel me? So after doing that, then I had to develop my own style to come off of copying him. You know what I'm saying? So even while I was copying him, he had to change up his style just to stay relevant and stay in the game, because I was jacking up what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And I did not realize that until I started playing all the time and realized, yeah, it was a bad thing. So my bad, Travis. So anyway, that's how I became a DJ. It was by accident. I never grown up say I will become a DJ. I grew up say I was going to be a computer tech. I'm still a computer tech right now, but I just happened to stumble on DJing, and it became a hobby that I like a lot. And now it's a hobby that's actually paying most of my bills now. So it was a very happy coincidence. Glad it happened. So I know a lot of DJs get into DJing for different things. I just happen to like music straight up, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't get into it for women and all that. In fact, the lady I'm with right now, I did not meet her in the club. I met her while I was out hanging with my friends, you know what I'm saying? So to show you that girls in the clubs don't move me like that, you know what I'm saying? I meet a lot of female friends from the club, but not sexual partners. But my sexual partner, I met her elsewhere. That's the person who gave me my kids. Anyway, so that was the story of how I became a DJ. If I was rambling all over the place, I'll try to recap it if I can remember. I was working across the road from a club, and the manager of the club taught me how to play. And then one of the DJs I watched and learned how to read a crowd from, and then I had to develop my own style later on. I think I think that's how it was, and I'll tell you stories how I move, I progress, because after Bahama Boom closed, I met another DJ, and then I'll give you all the story about that whenever I have the time. That's all I wanted to talk about right now. Election time is upon you. I don't know how you're going to do it. Find a way to register to go vote. I don't know if the guy wanted to, I don't know if our current PM wanted to suppress votes, but as the time that I'm recording this now is before his address on Sunday. So he might address and say something completely different. And yes, he was giving us shitty hand. He had to deal with a pandemic. So close down the country, not close it down, allow the people to die by a virus or kill the people with poverty. So that's the two choices he had. I mean, he couldn't do both at the same time. So anyway, so just vote for who you like, you know what I'm saying? Because I came from PLP and voted for FNM because, when you're mad at the PLP, you vote for the FNM. And when you're mad at the FNM, you vote for the PLP. Now, this time, there's a whole lot of other parties, so I don't know, guys. It's tricky, and you only have 1 month to prepare. Okay? So, stay safe, guys. Stay away from crowds or wear a mask in crowds. It's so weird. The virus is not something they got avoid, If you're in crowd, if you're going to catch it, you're going to catch it. Because you could be home hiding, and one of your family members might come home with it and give it to you. Like, it's unbelievable. It's not like AIDS. AIDS, you have to sex somebody to catch it. You see? This one, you ain't do the person nothing. You just say, hello. How you doing? Hi. And then there you go. Just by saying hello. Anyway, guys, thank you again. This probably was a whole lot of nothing. But I hope you still enjoy it because I still have not formulated this show. And I'm just giving y'all stories now, and it will become something else later, okay? Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all later. Still, you know what it is.